We'll have her share in just a minute, put her on the spot like we love to do with everybody on their first day. Welcome aboard. And I want to go around real quick. We had a few things we want to touch on while we're all kind of together here. And then we're going to turn it over to each salon that conduct their individual training. One thing we have is we have Oz coming in today. Oz and I went to school together many moons ago, and she's become one of the premier educators, not only in Florida, but also around, the world, working with salons, working on, she got to take over the new talent training. So for those of you that are, aspiring educators, she could always share some insight. I'm sure she's not opposed to questions about that during training, but she's focusing on Colorcraft with you guys today, which is pretty awesome. So there's an opportunity there. So I'm excited for her to come in. We always love having her in the salon. We also have some housekeeping and things that we're going to talk about, but I want to hear some victories. We'll share some of those, and we'll start over here in Atlanta. Then we'll come over there to Tampa. And the other thing that everyone should be prepared to share is what your take-home average is. So what your average is since we started tracking. So these 6 months, starting, August, we have August, September, October, November, December. Actually, it's July, right? July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, so 6 months. So since July 1st, we track that, and your take-home average, where you're at right now. So every Tuesday, we'll share that. So just get that information ready while you're thinking about who you're going to face and what victory you're going to celebrate. And with that being said, let's jump over here and we'll say hello, and then we'll come over there and we'll hear from you guys. So we'll start with the one and only. You have 3 minutes to take. Sure, you got something.
I had a good weekend. That's my victory.
Yeah. Did you do anything exciting?
No, not really. Just hung out.
Okay. It's cool. All right. Well. You want to face anybody?
I'll face Desiree. She always shows up ready to go.
Ready to go. Awesome. All right. Desiree.
Hello. I do have a couple of victories, actually. I had a very productive day at the School of Sani yesterday, and I was able to do some cuts last week as I'm preparing for cutting certification. So I was able to do some cuts in between, practice on and really pay attention to how I'm holding my body, my hands, and things of that sort. So I guess that was a victory. And I had a new request last week, which was good. That worked out really well. She was a college student from out of town. Her mom told her she needed to get her hair done. And, I got up yesterday morning about 4:30 in the morning, and I went and I worked out before I had to be to school. And I still was to the school 15 minutes before I was supposed to be there. So that's my victory. And facings, I just want to face Sunny and Jenna just for everything that y'all doing here and how y'all I like to study your strategic ways of moving, and I'm really impressed. I've been impressed. So big face to you guys for doing what y'all do.
Awesome. Well, thank you. We'll face you back for doing what you're doing, stepping up to the plate, being an awesome member in addition to the team, and being an awesome stylist as well.
Thank you.
And victories. Yesterday had a great run, had a great swim, got to see the solar eclipse, which was pretty awesome. I did not stare at the sun without glasses on. I did, however, discover, which is a victory in itself, I was able to use my phone and kind of like I'm doing with the light right now, say pretend that's the sun, so I could reflect it off the screen of the phone and watch the eclipse happening without burning my retina up. So that was definitely a victory. So I can still see. And there was a nice lady that was at the lookout location that had a pair of glasses that came around and let everybody, use them for a few seconds to look at the eclipse. So hopefully somebody else got to see that. And I thought it was pretty cool. I guess in 7 years, we're going to have another look at something. So we'll see how that goes. So that's what we got over here in Hotlanta. So what I'd like to do is turn it over to you guys. We'll go around the room real quick. And actually, you know what we'll do? Let's start with Alex. So Alex, I'm gonna have you just kind of share a few things. We want to know, well, we already kind of said your name, but your name, where you're from, how long you've been in the industry, and why are you now here at the Salon 1.0 beginning your journey?
I've been in the industry I started school in 2015, and I just graduated in December. So I finished about 6 months ago. Oh, 8 months ago. I'm out of it really. But actually, Sunny came to my school, and he did his thing, and he sold me. So I really wanted to be part of the team, and then behind the chair hair show in Miami. It was Fort Lauderdale, I think. I actually saw you guys coming in. I don't know who all went, but I saw you guys coming in through some doors, and I was like, oh my god, they look really cool. Like, I want to be part of that team. So yeah, I was like sold too. I was like, so that's why I'm here. I'm really excited to get started with that. So yeah, it's about myself.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. All right, let's hear some victories and faces from Tampa Bay.
All right, I'll go first. I want to face Corey because she's showing up, makeup done, looking like a gem, even though she's just here for training and she can't talk. But she found a cool little app that will talk for her, so she can still communicate with us. And then I do want to face Annie because I feel like she did like a lot of color this past week, and she's just banging it out. And then my take-home number for the week, currently my weekly average is 222. One.
I want to pick Christy for last week. She had a service that was a little new to her, taking some extensions out, but with a little bit of just instruction, she rocked it out, took the extensions out, and I guess what's happening. I'm officially a library card holder now, so I can go to the library whenever I want, get some books. So I did that, and took the puppy to the vet, and I have Halo Scream starting tonight for orientation, and my take-home number is 263.
Woo! Anybody else have a victory?
You're like good enough at saying this.
I know.
My victory is I got a lot of stuff done around the house yesterday, and my take-home number is 196. And thank the team for being here. All thankful.
Hi, Jenna. My son. I want to face Dawn because she broke her nail for fixing my tremors. I'm glad she blew it by. I know she got it fixed. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And Devin, you took my tremor too. And I want to face Devin and Katrina because they really be there for me. We have a lot of questions every day, so you know, there and take the time to spend things to me. And yes, that's it. What's your take home number? Oh, my take home is 110. I don't have any facings, but you know, I'm my team anyway. So, but Dawn, yes, thank you for helping me because I was freaking out a little. My victories, I had a guest from upstairs in Oldsmar that had me to the school and her hair was a little messed up, and I fixed it, and she said it was perfect, and that made me feel awesome. It was on Saturday. And then my victory is I rode my bike 2 days in a row, so because I haven't ridden in months. And my take-home average is 169 a week.
We're going to read up tomorrow. She said.
That's all of us.
Well, that's all of us. Okay. I didn't know how many people we had tardy to the party.
Well, Corey's here, but she's muted.
Okay. Yeah, welcome back, Corey. Welcome back. We're looking forward to your face being around the salon, smiling and whispering and eventually talking full force. And we had a couple more things over here. Desiree's take home. Yes.
Okay, my take home average, it's moving along. It's 33.35.
And climbing. And climbing.
And climbing.
And climbing. Awesome. Awesome. And as far as our take home averages, as you guys, we have some awesome numbers over there. Thanks for sharing. And let me see. So we'll be waiting. We'll get a couple more from a couple other people as we go. You guys can mute yourself.
Yeah, I think Chloe's is at like $6 right now.
Okay, well, moving in the right direction as long as we're going up. You know, so and just thinking about, you know, the things that we were talking about last week, you know, starting with the end in mind. When you start working with your guests, you're talking about what you're going to use, why you're going to use it. You know, you have to start with the end in mind. You have to think about where you're going. And if you premeditated sales, knowing like the guests that I'm looking at that are coming in, the first look is hopefully not at rundown. That's not when you look at who's on your books today. Hopefully on Saturday, you're looking at Tuesday. On Tuesday, you're looking at Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So you're always looking 2 to 3 days out so you can strategically plan. Knowing if you're doing presentations this week, would be the wise thing would be to work on the products that you know you have in the inventory and that may be eligible, may be something you would suggest to a person that's going to sit in your chair. So it's all about premeditation. Every product typically that I would say I've sold before my guest entered the building. Because first I sold it to myself by using it, learning about it, presenting it, enjoying it, having a personal testimony about it, and then I'm able to sell it to my guests. And presentations are the key. Presentations are the key. And I did want to also, you know, face Annie last week. She had some presentations, so she's beginning a journey, working towards becoming a men's specialist. So it's a lot of undertaking. We have people on the team already, Katrina and Devin, that have gone through the process. So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, you know, it's on your own, just kind of really getting it together, and then, you know, speaking and standing up and presenting products, presenting techniques. So great job, Annie. Keep it going. I'm looking forward to more. I did want to just highlight that. But as far as take home goes, the big thing, if you're, you know, looking at it like I want to go to Vegas, I know Dawn has been like really focused on that, and the results speak for themselves. You move towards what you focus on. You can only focus on one thing at a time. Now, that doesn't mean you're not going to do more services per guest or you're not going to get NRs. That doesn't mean any of that. That means focusing on one thing at a time. So when I'm doing my guest, that's what I'm really focused on. I'm focused on my guest, educating that guest, helping that guest become our mission and our goal, happy, well-educated, repeat return guests that's coming back for that same great experience time and time again. You know, so that's our mission, to create that. And then when we come to training, we're working on the other side of our mission, which is creating the happy, well-educated stylist. You know, and so that's the two effects of what we do. So just think about that when you're working with your guests. And Another victory I wanted to share before I turn it over to the individual salon so you guys can get some training. You know, at the Salon 1.0, you know, our mission and our vision of what we want to do, become a global company, you know, that's going to be able to take that process of creating happy, well-educated salon guests and happy, well-educated salon stylists, you know, around the world. And in doing that, I was talking to a young guy the other day. He's thinking about going to college, and he's kind of wondering, you know, about entrepreneurship, and he's looking at that as a major. So he, you know, finds out through talking with me that, you know, I like building businesses, and he asked me more. He's like, so what is like, how do I get into entrepreneurship? And I told him, I said, you know, you don't get into like entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship gets into you, because there's a problem out there, something that bothers you. There's a problem that exists in the world that you care enough about to want to make a difference and want to make a change. That's how you get into entrepreneurship. It's not like you just change your Instagram profile and you put entrepreneur and all of a sudden you're an entrepreneur. You watch a couple of, you know, videos on YouTube or read a book. I didn't ever think about being an entrepreneur, but there was a problem. Salons weren't doing a great job with people that were graduating coming into the beauty industry. And it got under my skin enough to where I decided to put it all out there and take a chance and start building salons, because I thought we could do a better job. And the more 1.0 salons, the better experiences people will have in the salon, the better experiences stylists will have on this beautiful career path and being in the beauty industry. And that's why we're doing what we're doing. So in that quest, we're constantly looking, you know, for opportunities. And recently we've found one. So I wanted to share that with you guys today. There will be more details to come, but we've officially inked a deal to open up a 1.0 salon in St. Petersburg, Florida. So that's pretty exciting. It's on the other side of the bridge. We made it official last week. So you guys are, you know, hearing it officially now. You'll get more details about it, and you'll see more about it in the weeks to come. But we're pretty excited, you know, and it's, you know, looking for opportunities, and that's a big portion of my job as the visionary leader of the company, is to navigate how we're going to keep expanding and fulfilling the mission and creating more 1.0 flags around the world. So that's our latest addition to the team. It's going to be pretty awesome. There will be opportunities for, you know, people currently on board, people potentially coming on board, you know, to fulfill. I mean, it's a new market. We've not really tapped into that market. It's been something we've been looking at for the last 2-3 years. We were kind of close a couple of times, but now we're not close. We're official. So we're inked. The deal is done. Our goal is to be open for business around the first, you know, beginnings of October. And as far as that goes, I mean, you know, we have some construction to do and things like that. So we're going to share more details as we roll out the timeline. But I wanted to be, you know, the first one to really kind of tell you what's happening, to be excited, because it, you know, when we open and we expand and we grow, you know, that's everybody, it takes everybody to do it. You know, everybody that's here right now, that's working with the company, helps make this happen. You know, it's not like we just, we don't have a rich uncle. We didn't hit a lottery. It's like little bit by little bit by little bit. You know, we start, and I shared a post the other day about one brick at a time. That's how you build something. So it's one stylist at a time, one salon at a time, one brick at a time, but it's never ever quitting, staying focused, you know, being able to deal with the losses. We all are going to take losses sometimes, and then recovering from those losses, you know, and so that's a big part of it. And we expect each and every person on the team to, you know, you're becoming, you guys, as we're growing, you're not a part of really a mom and pop anymore. You know, we've got now a footprint where we're starting to expand. We're in multiple states. We're in multiple cities. We're soon going to be in multiple countries. So we're not in a mom and pop. So when we give you love and we talk about professionalism and we talk about, take home sales and we talk about techniques and we talk about, taking care of our guests, all of the things that we talk about are so when you associate yourself with the brand of 1.0, where the 1.0 brand associates itself with you, both of those, your brand, your personal brand, Devin's brand, Annie's brand, everybody's brand, Jenna's brand, my brand, and the Salon 1.0's brand, those two stand for a standard. We have a standard of performance and an expectation. So you guys, just so you know, I mean, even if you're right now, you're just, all you know is I go to this one salon, I work here, and that's it. You're part of something way bigger than you ever imagined. So as we continue to grow, I want you to be thinking about that. I want you to be thinking about how you can take your game to the next level. I want you to be thinking about how you can, how you're facing the world. Even when you're not, working behind the chair. When you're just out and about, you're still a part of the brand. It's sewn in. It's a part of the fabric. It becomes part of your lifestyle. So that's a big thing. So we take it real serious. And I'm just proud of each and every one of you guys for, your commitment, your continued commitment and dedication. And I really, as we look at the second half of this year, we're still getting warmed up. From 2008, 2009, we started this thing. We're still getting warmed up. We're still a baby in the big picture of, salon companies or great companies, period. We're still a baby at this. So, but we're going to continue to work, but I'm excited. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And hopefully you guys are excited as well. So like I said, more details to come. And then with the rest of today, I mean, you guys are getting ready for a great training. You'll have some, a few minutes. I want you to connect with your team leaders so they can kind of go over, talk about your objectives. You'll have a short break, as Oz gets there and gets set up for everybody. I know a couple of you guys are models. Ask a lot of questions about Colorcraft, really tap into that. That's something we haven't really opened up yet because we still want to, A, educate ourselves, and B, position ourselves to be the professional and use it in a way that's going to make our salon more successful and make our stylists more successful. So ask a lot of questions, have fun with training. Let's have an amazing week. I'll be back on Friday. We have our luau on Sunday. I'm looking forward to that. Great time. And I'm looking forward to these next, 6 months, or actually, how many is left? September, October, November. 4 months. These next 4 months of this year, it's going to be an exciting time. We have a lot of work to do. We need all personnel, everyone, on deck. We need all people like focused and ready to take on the rest of this year, because it takes all of us to make this thing work. So thank you guys. Looking forward to seeing some pictures, looking forward to your trainings, and we're going to get our training on over here. And with that, I will say peace, and we'll talk to you guys real soon. Later. Thanks.